Hello everyone, it's Little-Satyr, and the reason I haven't made a video in a while is because I've been busy, haven't really known what to talk about, and I've also been sick, so yes, I still kind of am. So every now and then I start coughing when I talk too much, but I'll try to like pause the recording when I feel that I need to cough, and then I'll just pick it back up again after I'm done coughing. So yeah. The audio might be slightly choppy, but it's either that or me coughing, so yeah. Today I don't really have an art-related topic to talk about, because, well, I am kind of out of ideas right now, but I still really wanted to post something to, like, keep my channel consistent and stuff, you know? So I figured I'd do a bit of a story time instead. This whole thing, like, it's something that people might say was kind of stupid of me to do, and that I probably shouldn't have agreed to it, but I already knew the person in question, so it's like, it's alright, don't worry about it, I'm fine. But yes, okay, so I mentioned my boyfriend in a previous video, and he lives in Norway and I live in Sweden, so it's like a long distance relationship going on. We still meet up as often as we can, which is at least a few times a year. Like, I'm going over to his place in November so we can watch the BlizzCon stream together, so yeah, it's gonna be great. But the first time I decided to go visit him, like, he has moved since then. This was, yeah, a couple of years ago. It was like in April 2 years ago. So, like, we met in World of Warcraft, actually, and then my former friend, who I will not be mentioning more because she's out of my life and I don't have to really give a shit, she actually invited him over for whatever reason, and none of us had met him other than in World of Warcraft. So both of us were kind of like, okay, well, alright, sure. And he came over, we became friends, like, everything was good. Eventually, me and him ended up getting together, and the funny thing here is that I had actually booked a ticket to go visit my, yeah, it's my ex-girlfriend, alright, who also lived in Norway. I had booked a ticket for... Wait, no, I went over in May. Because I booked the ticket. I was supposed to go over the 1st of April, but I accidentally booked it the 1st of May, so I had to book another ticket the 1st of April, so I still had this ticket to Norway, but not back home again, for the 1st of April, or the 1st of May. So, during that time, like, I went and saw my ex-girlfriend. The things got weird. She told me to go home early. I'm gonna spare you all the details of that because I don't really feel like sharing those. But she sent me home, broke up with me 2 days later, and after a while I started talking more and more to, well, he wasn't my boyfriend then, but he is now. I started talking more and more to him. I'll just refer to him as Buck, actually, because that is his character he uses everywhere, so, like, yes. But I started talking more and more to Buck, and we, like, got closer and closer, and eventually we ended up getting together. And we've been together for 2 years now, so... or over 2 years, actually. But yes, so I still had this ticket to go to Norway in May. And he was like, hey, but, like, you can get to Oslo with that. Like, yeah, I know. But there's, like, a crap ton of more travel, though, like, because he used to live far, far up in Norway. I don't remember what it was called. The name I've been saying is actually a completely different city. I don't know what it's called anymore. But it was, like, very far. It would take me 12 hours to travel. And my, my train, or my bus, from my town left at, like, 5:30 or something like that. So, yeah. I didn't sleep that night. because I was like, I'm gonna oversleep, I'm gonna miss the bus, so I'm just staying awake and I'll sleep on the train. So I packed up my things, I went to Norway, he helped me pay the trip back home again, so it's all fine. This story does have a happy ending. But, so I jumped on the bus, went to Bålsta, took a train from Bålsta to Stockholm, and then I took a train from Stockholm to Oslo. It's quite a, yeah, just that is like 7 hours. When I got to Oslo, I had to, like, he gave me all of these instructions to follow. So I back then my phone didn't work in Norway either because of the payment plan I have on my phone. It's like, how do I explain this? It's like you pay a certain amount of money all the time, like every month, and then if you want more more wireless connection or stuff like that, or if you just add on to that. But your phone cannot, you can receive texts and phone calls from other countries, but you can't accept, or you can't call someone and you can't text someone. Sorry, I didn't have time to pause for that. Okay, I paused for the other one, I'm sorry. But you can't really contact people through it, they have to contact you. And as soon as you cross the border to another country, your phone doesn't work. The only way you can contact someone is over Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's great, and we've fixed that now. But back then, that wasn't a thing. I couldn't contact him. So he had written down, I logged on the Wi-Fi at Oslo train station, so he'd be able to contact me and explain oh yeah, take this bus or take this train, because I had to take another train first to another city, which took freaking 5 extra hours. And then I had to jump off the train and I had to take a bus. And he had told me just take the bus and jump off at the train station and I'll pick you up there, because I live very close to the train station. I'm like, alright, that's cool. I got this. So I had proper instructions on what to do and everything was okay, I thought. I get off the train, I find the bus almost instantly. I had to ask someone where the bus was, but I found it eventually. I got on the bus, we rode the whole way, and then I thought I had reached my stop. And so I'm like, oh yeah, this looks like the central station with the bus station. I'm just gonna jump off here. So I jumped off, got all my bags out, and then I sat down and waited. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. Because he had a timetable or something, so he would know when I would be there, since again I couldn't contact him. So I sat and waited. He doesn't come. I'm like, alright, why isn't he here yet? Then I looked around and then it hit me. He said train station, there are no trains here. Oh shit, okay, whoops, alright, I guess I'm going on a bit of an adventure then. So I grabbed my bags and I started walking in the direction where the bus had gone. I'm like, okay, the bus is supposed to stop at the train station. If I just go in that direction, I'll eventually find it. So I walked along that road and I see no train station. I see no signs to a train station or anything like that. Because I'm just gonna throw out there, I understand Norwegian perfectly fine. There are some things I don't entirely understand, and if people talk too fast, I can't understand it. But if it's written, I will most definitely understand it. And for the most part, when people speak it as well. So that wasn't a problem. But I was looking around, I see no signs for a train station, nowhere. So I'm like, alright, this is a problem. So I'm starting to feel more and more panicky, because I'm like, what if I'm super far away from the train station? What if it's hours away? What am I gonna do? So I start panicking slightly. And I'm like, my phone isn't working. okay, I need to fix this. So I walk back down to where the bus stop was, and I walk into this little store that sold phones, and I walked up to them and said, hey, do you have like a phone SIM card I can use here? Just any SIM card. Just to put some money on it so I can call someone, because I'm kind of lost. And he was like, oh yeah, sure. And he like handed me one of these things. Like, he started asking me like, well, how much money do you want to charge on it? I'm like, well, any amount. I just need to call one phone call. And he like handed me this code so I could put money on the card, and I'm like, no, I don't need that. I need the SIM card. My phone isn't working. That's not gonna do me anything. Like, we don't have SIM cards actually, but if you need to call someone, you can borrow our phone. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great if I actually had his number. Because the thing here is, I knew I couldn't use his phone number. I know this is very stupid. I have his phone number now, and my phone also does work in Norway. But back then, it did not. I didn't have his number, because I'm like, I can't do anything with said number anyway, so I don't need it. Yeah, I have his Skype, and I have his Facebook, and all of that. It's fine. But at this point, I kind of wished I had it. Because I had to explain to him, like, yeah, I don't have the number for the person I need to call. I, actually need to connect over Wi-Fi to be able to reach him. And yeah, I can't do that. So yeah, he looked at me as if I was an idiot and told me he couldn't help me. So I walked out of there again, and I sat down and I waited for another like 1.5 hours, like, because I was walking around and I was panicking. I was stuck for like 2.5 hours before I actually dared to walk over to, because I saw these two taxi drivers, and I walked over to them, and I said, like, because I'm crying at this point, I'm panicking, and I said, excuse me, where's the train station? And they're like, oh, it's like up there. And luckily one of these guys actually, he had just recently moved to Norway, but he had lived in Sweden for so many years, so he actually spoke both Norwegian and Swedish fluently. So I could explain to him in Swedish, and everything was fine. So I explained the situation to him and said, like, hey, I'm gonna see my boyfriend. I jumped off at the wrong place. I can't find the train station. He's supposed to pick me up at the train station, but I don't know where I am. I don't know what to do. So how much would it cost for you to drive me to the train station? He's like, well, that is going to be very expensive. Like, I can't really help you there. And I'm like, alright, yeah, I figured. But then he asks me, like, hey, but you need, like, can you call him? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I need to do, but I'm not able to because my phone doesn't work here. And again, he offered me to use his phone, and I had to explain the whole thing, like, no, I don't have his number because I can't use it for anything, so I don't have it, I can't. I need to connect my phone to Wi-Fi, but I can't get a hold of, I don't know where to find a Wi-Fi, I don't have a SIM card, so I can't do anything, like, I can't contact him, I don't know what to do. And he told me, like, yeah, my friend works here at a bar, like, he owns a bar down the street, they have Wi-Fi. We just go there, I'll explain the situation to him, I'm sure he'll let you connect to their Wi-Fi so you can call your boyfriend and figure it out. And I'm like, yes, oh my god, yes. And at that point I actually started crying from just relief, because I'm like, yes, I'm going to be able to contact him, everything is going to be fine. Because, like, I have to admit, the first 20 minutes or so when he didn't show up, I was like, yeah, I fucked up, he's not gonna come, is he? Yeah, he completely fucked me over, I'm gonna die. But yeah, because, like, I couldn't go back home either, because he said he would pay the ticket home, and I didn't have the money to go home, so it was like a mess. But I'm like, yes, I'm going to be able to contact him, this is great. So we go to the bar, he explains the situation to the bar manager, he hands me this little note with the Wi-Fi name and the Wi-Fi password, and I log on. And as soon as I log on, I see I've gotten 10 messages over Facebook Messenger from Buck, who said, like, where are you okay, you're not here, did you miss the bus? And then followed by, I've waited for like 2 buses now and you're not on any of them, where are you? Are you okay? Here's my number in case you need to call me. I know your phone doesn't work, but if you for some reason can get it to work, here's my number. Please call me. And then I checked Skype. Same thing there. A bunch of messages from him asking me where I am and if I'm okay, and that I need to call him. So I called him over Skype, and he picks up and he's like, oh my god, there you are you okay? Holy shit, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, I jumped off the bus at the wrong place. And like, yeah, I figured, where are you? And I'm like, I'm down by the bus station place. And you're like, where is that? I don't know where that is. Like, what street? I'm like, I don't know where, I don't know where I am, okay? I have no idea. So the taxi driver notices that I'm panicking even more, so he's like, give me the phone. So he took the phone, he explained the situation to him, and he manages to calm us both down somehow. And he's like, yeah, but it's this bar. It's named this and this, and it's on this and that street. Then I actually hear Buck on the other end of the phone saying, oh, that bar. Yeah, I know where that is. Give me 10 minutes, I'll be there. So, I'm like, yes. He is, oh my god, I'm okay. Everything's gonna be fine. So, we hang up the call. And the taxi driver, like, walks me out of the bar. And like, as we get out of the bar, I walk up to this, like, stand right outside the bar, so he'll know where I am. And there's like a bunch of very loud drunk guys standing right outside. And I like looked at them a little bit like uncertain, like, is this okay? Am I alright? Are they gonna kill me? Because like I was already panicking and feeling anxious, so I wasn't really, yeah, I didn't trust them for a second. But the taxi driver was like, do you want me to stand here with you? Or do you want to come down and stand with us? And I'm like, no, it's fine, I'll stand here, it's alright, it's perfectly fine. I'm like, alright. But as soon as your boyfriend shows up, wave to me to let me know that that's him and that you're safe. The important thing here is that you get to where you're supposed to be and that you're safe. And I'll keep an eye on you until I know you are. Oh my god, yes, thank you so much. That was actually so sweet. I wasn't expecting him to be that nice. So, but he stood down there and he like kept looking back up at me just to make sure I was okay. And finally, 10 minutes later, I actually see Buck coming up the street, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm okay, everything is fine. So I like run up to him and like hugged him, and I was like basically clinging to him, like, oh my god, I was so scared. I was so scared. And he like asked me if I was okay, asked me what happened, and all of that. And he was like, if I had known you were down here, like, it would have been so easy. I live like 10 minutes away. By like walking 10 minutes. So I'm like, well, you've been stuck here for 3 hours. So if I'd known that, it would have been a lot easier. So yeah, I waved to the taxi driver so he knows I'm okay. And we start walking back to Buck's place. And as we're walking, he said like, yeah, you're gonna be mad at me now. I'm like, yeah, why? Because my gut told me that I had a gut feeling that you were down here and that you had accidentally jumped off the bus here, but I didn't listen to it because I thought that was very unlikely. I thought you had missed the bus and that you'd gotten lost somewhere. I didn't think you would be down here. Like, we shouldn't listen to your gut. I've been stuck here for 3 hours. I'm panicking. Like, yeah, I know. I'm very, very sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have checked up on you. Like, I should have gone here and looked. That would have saved us a lot of trouble. Like, yeah, it would have. Definitely would have. So we went eventually get back to his place, and one of his roommates, like, as soon as we opened the door, he's like, did you find her? Is she alive? And you're like, yeah, I found her. Guess where she was? And like, oh, down by the bus stop? Like, yeah, that's where she was for 3 hours. And you're like, I told you to listen to your gut. Like, you should have gone down there and checked. Like, yes, I know. I am aware. So, yeah. I did get to where I was supposed to be. I stayed there for a month. Everything was amazing. Like, we had a lot of fun. Except for the time where a freaking tractor drove over our internet cable, so we were without internet for 3 days, and everyone was like kind of freaking out. But yeah, other than that, it was actually really nice. We had a good time, and since then, like, he has moved a lot closer to Oslo now, so it doesn't take me 12 hours to travel anymore. So yeah, and we're still together and everything is fine, so it's all good. But yeah, I think that was all I had for this story. I'm just gonna leave off one little message though. Don't do what I did. If you like meet someone online, don't just agree to meet up with them alone. Don't do that. Can actually be very dangerous. The only reason I agreed to go seeing him now was because I had already met him once. Because my ex invited him over. I don't know how she trusted him. You don't do that. Don't agree to meet up with people alone. Don't give strangers your address just like that. Don't do that, alright? Just stay safe. If it's someone you've known for quite a few years, I mean, like, the reason I went and visited my girlfriend, or my ex-girlfriend, was because I met her at the con. Like, I'd met her face to face before, so yeah. Just don't do that. Be careful. Meet at a public place. Bring someone with you, and make sure everything is alright. Don't just jump on a train and travel to another country when you aren't sure who you're meeting. Just don't do that. Alright? Stay safe. But yes, that was all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed listening to this rambling. I have a few more stories that I could tell and stuff, so if anyone wants to hear those. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.